Kakkak, we're at Mole Lake, Sokaogon. We just came from the Pipestone Quarry. We stopped at Flambeau, Waswaganing. How's it going today?
It's going really well today. We had another good day on the run. It's good to be here in Mole Lake, Sokaogon country, and we're happy to be able to do this on behalf of our communities.
What have you learned today?
Today, we just experienced about how to laugh together, have fun together, just kind of be outside again with nature and with our environment and with our natural resources. And we've seen lots of things and been visited by various animals, creatures that have walked with us and shared themselves with us.
Boy, it's wonderful just to hear those sounds.
Yes, it is, very much so.
We're here, we're off the highway, we're at a sacred place here. This place has been protected from the mine, from all the prayers and all the stuff that the people have gone through the last 30, 40 years. We're looking forward to a nice gathering here tonight. Tell us about this territory here. What do you know about Mole Lake?
Well, Mole Lake was, one of the bands, one of the lost bands that the people always lived here and they stayed here, and when others were removed to various communities, the people stayed here and they took care of their territory and they've defended it ever since. And so to the people, it's their home, and they didn't want to be removed to Flambeau or Le Coudray or any of those other communities, and they play an important part in protecting the resource and living with the resource and harvesting, and it's a good place, and it's a strong community.
One of the men mentioned earlier that every step is a prayer. I've been feeling that today, coming through Minocqua Woodruff, which was kind of enemy territory back in the 80s. But today we stopped at ice cream shop. We had ice cream, we had coffee, and we saw McGizzy.
Yes.
It felt really good.
It did. You can see the times are changing. We've come a long way in the last 25 years, 30 years, and we've been able to build a lot of good relationships with not only amongst the various communities, but also with our surrounding non-Indian partners as well. And just that alone shows how far, the tribes have come with their relationships with not only the state of Wisconsin, as we had DNR wardens and biologists run with us, that we also, the communities are, embracing the fact that, the Anishinaabe are here and they're here to stay and here to live together in our territory.
You mentioned earlier a song that Topasanequat taught the Wabanung runners back in '99 when Mille Lacs versus Minnesota came up, and all this way of life was at stake before 9 Supreme Court justices. Tell us a little bit about that song that the Wabanung runners carried with them to Washington, D.C.
That song is a pipe song that was given to, the runners and the commission to use. And that song, talks about, having peace and relationships. Because at that time it was between the Ojibwe and the Dakota, but it's carried forward and able to bring us in the work we do with the commission. And so we use that song in all of our meetings to open them up, and when we have gatherings, and when we bring out that pipe to share amongst the people. And it's a way of bringing that forward and bringing that peace and bringing that relationship and healing amongst ourselves and with those that we work with.
There's this kind of feeling of just radical tenderness on this walk. I wish that this kind of feeling could maintain throughout the rest of the year. How do we keep this feeling alive?
I think we keep this feeling alive by continuing to do the things that we do while we're on the run. We open every day up with ceremony. We close the day with ceremony, and people use their tobacco on each leg. And I think the more we use our tobacco, use our ceremonies, use our Anishinaabe, Moan, our language, that we can continue some of those feelings throughout the year, and remember that every day we can live as Anishinaabe and do these things instead of, go back to just our daily grinds and the work we do, that all of us could carry this on in a good way, and it would be strong for all of us.
This is Nick Vanderpye and Kakkak at Sokaogon Ojibwe for Indian Country TV. Miigwech.
Miigwech.